Happy 4th of July. I'm Brandon Chase Welborn, and we're back again with Forest General Spirit of Women's Red, White, and Barbecue. Today, I'm joined by my friend and chef, Micah Gatlin. Micah, how are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Chase, how are you?
Pretty good. It's a little warm out here today, but we're so glad to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Certainly, and today's episode is all about food. And entertaining food is so important, and especially during the 4th of July, I feel like part of that celebration of Independence Day is based all around food. You know,
That's right.
Yes. Food in the pool.
That's right. Food in the pool. Everyone loves a good barbecue, and we want some fun dishes to include at our barbecue pool party.
So what are we going to do today? We're going to show a few things, some fun, colorful things that people can do themselves.
That's right. We've incorporated a lot of color. Summer is all about fresh produce here in South Mississippi, so I've brought a lot of that along with me. We're going to do, first of all, a grilled watermelon salad. So we're going to show you guys how to put that together. Okay, so we're just going to place our grilled watermelon on top of our arugula. This one is pretty good. And kind of shingle it out. Oh, it's really cooking now good. Okay, I think 3 looks good. You could place more around if you like. Okay. Okay, so Chase, if you want to help me.
Okay.
Next, we're going to do our red onion, and we're just going to kind of sprinkle that around. And then we're going to add some blueberries, if you want to do the red onion and the blueberries.
So on top of?
Yeah, and all around is good. There's no rhyme or reason.
So how much would you put?
I think to each is their own, but I think that's a good amount right there. Okay, and now I'm going to glove up real quick because the feta cheese can get a little messy. So while I'm gloving up, if you want to take some of those blueberries and kind of sprinkle around, and when we get it all put together.
I'm really loving this color because as you can see, we have red, white, blue.
That's right. I think it's beautiful.
And today we're not at the beach or at a pool, but we're out at a barn just because we thought it was so much fun to have a 4th of July celebration out in a little different place. So today we're a little more 4th of July on the farm.
I love it.
You know?
I love this red barn.
So do I.
Yes, it is beautiful. So I love feta cheese. Do you love feta cheese?
I love feta cheese. I love all cheese.
I do too.
Yeah.
Kind of the stronger, the stinkier, the better, in my opinion. I love blue cheese.
That's the truth. I love blue cheese too.
I do too. I almost did blue cheese on this, thinking about the red, white, and blue theme.
So you can substitute the cheese if
Absolutely. If you wanted to do a blue cheese, you certainly could. Okay, and then I'm going to take my gloves off. I just did that because it's a little messy. And then we're going to finish this salad with our mint and our vinaigrette. If you want to set that right over there. So we have some fresh mint here. And this is easy to grow.
And this is what you said we were going to chiffonade?
That's right, chiffonade.
Okay, so what do you do when you do that?
So when you chiffonade, it usually is in the way of a leafy herb or vegetable. Basil, you see a lot of basil being chiffonaded.
Do you roll the basil?
Yes.
And then cut?
Yes, right. You roll and cut. So you can kind of stack it up on top of each other. And
so you don't have to take each individual leaf?
You can, but you don't have to. We're just going to kind of do this really quick. And it's a really thin slice, and it means little ribbons. And I love the smell of fresh mint.
Yeah, that smells so good.
It does. So you'll just kind of fluff it up a little bit. And Chase, while I'm doing that, if you want to go ahead and unscrew, we have a mason jar here. And this is going to be our vinaigrette. And in our vinaigrette, it's really simple. We have taken some limes and we've zested those limes and we've juiced it. I have about a half a cup. And then I have about a half a cup of some local honey here that we added into there. And just a little bit of sugar just to enhance that sweetness a little bit more, and a little bit of salt. And then we're going to fill it up right here to about this mark with your olive oil. And I use the extra virgin olive oil. And a mason jar, I think we need to take the, I'm sorry. I love using a mason jar for quick vinaigrettes.
Okay, so we're going to
we're going to go right
this line, okay.
That's it. Okay, and then we're going to put the top back on.
Let me guess, we're going to shake it?
We're going to shake it. This way you don't have to worry about a whisk and a bowl. And
everybody in the South has a mason jar.
Everyone in the South has a mason jar. In fact, I got this one out of my cabinet this morning.
I think I have a couple at home too. Usually when the occasion calls for it, I'll probably put hydrangeas in them. Okay.
Okay, and now we're just going to drizzle this over our salad. And you can see it's nice and emulsified. Just do a light drizzle. And then we're going to sprinkle on all that good fresh mint. And this is our red, white, and blue.
Beautiful. So
salad.
Healthy, fits with the theme.
Healthy, fits with the theme.
And what's better than, I mean, watermelon and blueberries on the 4th of July.
That's right.
And now you've turned it into a salad.
Yes, yes.
I love it.
I love it too.
So Michael, we just finished a beautiful salad, or you finished a beautiful salad. So now we're going to move to, I think, a side dish, right?
Yes, we're going to move to a side dish. And when you barbecue, everyone loves a good coleslaw. So this is a take on a southern coleslaw, but it's going really southern because we're going to use some collard greens.
That's an interesting take. I love some collard greens personally. I know there's probably some people who don't, but I'm interested to see what you do with that.
Yes, I love collard greens too. Here in the South, we're used to having collard greens cooked down with cornbread, but we are not cooking these collard greens at all. We're going to use them raw.
Raw, okay.
Okay, so we're going to get started. First of all, I have some red cabbage in the bowl, and we've thinly sliced this red cabbage. And to that, I have found, I love this angel hair. It's pre-cut. You can find this in your local grocery store. So we're going to add a pack of this angel hair.
So a full pack.
Cabbage. Okay. Yes, a full pack.
And how much cabbage did you use?
This one is a 10-ounce package, and I used about half the amount of that of purple cabbage.
Purple, okay.
Yeah, because I wanted that color. I love that color. And then shredded carrots for some crunch and a little sweetness. And I normally don't measure whenever I make a coleslaw, though. It's just kind of one of those things you kind of put together to taste. So I kind of do maybe about a quarter the amount of carrots, just so that orange will pop through. And now the star of this slaw is our collard greens. And we are going to chiffonade those again.
So that's the word of the day.
That's the word of the day, chiffonade.
You learn something every day. I've heard that word, but never actually knew what it meant.
Well, it's just a fancy French word for little ribbons.
Little ribbons.
That's right. So you can take, and this is where you can actually stack your leaves. Some might want to take that vein out. This vein doesn't seem to be too large, so I think it is safe for us to just kind of leave that in there. And we're going to roll this up. And then we're going to start on the leaf end, and we're going to, again, cut our little strips. And we're going to cut all the way down. You can feel it when your knife is running through. If it kind of feels like it's getting a little hard on that main vein, you may want to stop and take it out, but I think these are pretty good. These look like they were pretty young collards, not the giant leaf. So I think we're good there. So we're gonna add that, and then I have some here that's already been chiffonaded.
And you can pre-do this if you're
Absolutely. I would not put the dressing on there until right before because it is a warm vinaigrette that we're going to do. So before we get to that dressing, if you want to take these tongs here and kind of toss this around, I'm going to be getting our vinaigrette ready.
But everything else we can pretty much go ahead and we can toss this and put it in a Ziploc or a Tupperware or something and take that with us.
You sure can. Yes, take it with you to your
party. Okay.
Again, you can take your dressing in that handy dandy mason jar. Take that with you. And because in the South, when we go to a party, we always like to take something with us. So that's okay. But you can see those colors. I think they're beautiful.
Yeah, the colors are great. I love that we're talking about color through our whole series. We've been talking about patterns and bold colors and not being afraid to use that. And so today we kind of see that even through our food.
That's right. Because we eat with our eyes first.
We do.
If something looks good, we think it's going to taste good.
Good, that's right.
Okay, so here we have a hot bacon vinaigrette, and this is a very easy vinaigrette recipe. It is equal parts of sugar, balsamic vinegar, mayonnaise, and you add that to a pound of bacon that has been rendered down. You
so collard greens, mayonnaise, and bacon.
How more southern can you be?
Right.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so I'm just going to drizzle this, and we've warmed it a little bit on our grill over here, and we're going to drizzle it over our slaw. I think that's a good amount because you just want it to coat your slaw. You do not want it to be drippy, you know. Okay, so you want to toss that around for us. We're going to toss that. And then we have a really pretty white compote dish here. We're going to put our slaw in. Do you think it needs a little bit more?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it's good. I think it's good now that we're tossing it around.
So we have baked in one of our previous episodes, or we've decorated cakes, and now they have me out here cooking. This is something from events and flowers to cakes and cooking.
That's right.
Okay. I'm gonna hand this off to
I think you're a very good cook, though, Chase.
Well, I don't know about that.
You are. Okay, so we're going to place this into our white compote because I love using white. It's like a canvas, and especially if you have colorful food. It
really makes all the colors pop.
It does. It looks beautiful.
And the white is so fitting with our 4th of July setup.
And just kind of mound that up tall like that. And then for some crunch, we have some toasted sunflower seeds here and some toasted pecans. So if you want to sprinkle that.
Didn't think it could get any more southern, we added the pecans.
That's right. We're going to add the pecans. But be sure to toast your pecans because that really brings out the nutty flavor.
So about how long do you do that, and what temperature do you set your oven on them, assuming that's where you do it?
Yes, I spread mine out on a sheet tray, and we toast them at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit for anywhere between 5 to 8 minutes, depending on if you're doing pecan halves or you have the pecan pieces, and these are the pieces. Okay, because if you burn them, there's no turning back on that. Okay, all right, I think that looks great.
And so that's it.
That's it. That's it. It's easy and simple, and it's going to go fantastic with our ribs that we're going to have coming up next.
So that's next.
That's next.
Okay, so our ribs are ready.
Our ribs are ready. They are perfectly smoked, grilled, and now we're ready to sauce them.
Okay, so tell us about the sauce.
The sauce is so fun. This is a blueberry bourbon barbecue sauce.
Okay, so we're keeping with our blueberries.
Keeping with our blueberries.
Summertime, that's great. All right.
Okay, so to make this, we started with a little diced onion, a little diced jalapeno, ketchup, some white balsamic vinegar, fresh blueberries, some bay leaves. We cooked that down, and then we pureed that.
Okay.
And we're gonna finish it with some bourbon. And we're gonna let that cook down because you just really want the flavor of that bourbon, and any alcohol will cook off. Okay, so I'm gonna set this brush right here. And then this is about 3 ounces of bourbon. So we're gonna add that in. I'm gonna stir it around. I'm gonna let it cook.
So about how long does it take for that to cook?
You really kind of need to cook this a good 5 minutes,
Okay.
you know, let it simmer. We pureed it. I left the texture because I like the texture in this sauce. So it's a little non-traditional, you know, a barbecue sauce.
Right.
You could strain it out if you wanted to through a fine mesh sieve if you wanted it to be a smoother texture. But I like that. I like the texture of the blueberries.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, so we have these beautiful ribs. I'm gonna turn this heat down just a tad.
So we're doing this on the grill.
On the grill.
Okay.
And we're going to liberally brush. And you can see that pretty purple coming through. Your guests are going to be like, wow, what kind of sauce is that? So what I like to do is I like to, and I'm going to move this over here real quick. I like to add a layer of sauce, and then let me move this guy back. Close your lid for just about 2 minutes, and that kind of lets it caramelize and get real good and sticky on your ribs. And then you're going to lift back up, and we're going to baste it again. I'm going to move this. And I like to do it about 3 times. And this is fully cooked, Chase, so
you go through the same method 3 times?
About 3 times,
okay.
Yeah. Just depending on how many or how saucy you want your ribs.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do it again. And of course you would kind of want your lid to stay down just a little bit longer. There's a lot of sugar in this sauce, Chase, so you need to be careful and not let it burn, because it will burn fairly quickly, especially over an open flame.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's why we do it about 2 minutes at a time.
That's about right, yes, because you don't want it to burn.
Okay, so we have our ribs off the grill.
We have our ribs off the grill, and we are ready to cut them.
Okay.
So what we're going to do to cut these ribs is we're going to turn them upside down.
Okay.
So we're going to have the back facing up. That way you can see where each rib is and how you can go in between each rib. Okay, so we're going to start here. I'm just going to make a slice. And keep cutting down. Oh, you can see these bones are wanting to come off. That means they're...
That's a good sign, right?
That is a great sign. Uh-oh, it is falling off the bone.
But that's what most people are wanting when they
that's the way I
their
like
ribs,
them, for sure. Okay, so we have these sliced, and we're going to turn them back over.
Put them on a platter.
If it comes off, just kind of piece it back together a little bit if you can.
Damn.
And then, of course, you can come back and hit them again, baste them again with a little bit of that sauce.
And again, our color. There it is again.
There it is again. Love that. And you could garnish with a little julienne green onions if you want to, and that would give it a little bit more of a pop. I think it looks great.
So there's our ribs.
There's our ribs.
So entree done, and I think you have something fun in store for dessert?
Yes.
Also a little southern flair?
Little southern flair,
Okay.
all about the grill. We're going back to grilling our fruit. We're gonna grill some fresh peaches, and we have a little bit of lemon buttermilk sorbet.
Well, I can go ahead and say I'm pretty hungry just standing out here
Yes.
through this video, so
Good.
I'm ready to wrap it up and taste some of this.
That's right.
So now we're to our dessert.
Finally, we
Finally.
have saved the best for last.
The best for last. So I see peaches.
Yes, local
Okay.
peaches. These are Mississippi grown from Mathis Peach Stand in Clark County.
Clark County, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So show us what we're going to do with the peaches.
Okay, so we are back to our grill. So we're going to grill these peaches, but first of all, we've dipped them into a little bit of our local honey. This is Smith's local honey from Petal. So we're gonna dip them lightly, and then we're gonna place them on our grill and let them get some caramelization.
So we've really utilized the grill.
We really utilize the grill. All this can be done outdoors. There's really no indoor cooking at all.
Perfect.
Yes.
And we, like today, we brought our ice chest out and everything's in the ice chest, so you can do that.
You can do that at your
wherever you're at.
party.
Yeah.
That's right. If you're hosting a party, just have everything in your ice chest and ready to go.
Perfect.
Okay, so now we're going to place this over to the side. So now once we have our peaches grilled, we're going to take them off and we're going to place them on our plate.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just kind of place them.
So you've just cut a peach in half.
Cut a peach in half, kind of take out the pit,
Right.
dip them in the honey and put it on the grill.
Okay.
Let it get that little char to it, and then take it off. And we're gonna top this with some lemon buttermilk sorbet, which is fabulous.
I didn't think it could get any better.
I know.
So everybody knows by now that I love lemon. Our June episode was based around a lemon birthday party on the beach.
Yeah,
So
how fun, yes. So this is a lemon buttermilk sorbet, and it is fresh lemon juice, local buttermilk from Beeson Dairy Farm out of Philadelphia, and sugar. And you put it in your ice cream maker, layers of ice and rock salt, and just let it churn away.
And so how long does that take?
It took me about 30 minutes
30
for it
minutes,
to
okay.
get to a good, kind of starting to get like soft serve a little bit.
And you can make that ahead and put it in your deep freeze. or freezer.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoop some out. I'm going to take it out. We're going to get down in here. And then we're going to top our peach with this. It's so refreshing. It's
It looks
so
so good.
light. It's not a heavy dessert at all, which I love. Okay, it's probably going to slide off. It's a little hot out
That's
here
all right,
today.
it's a little warm.
A little warm. Okay, so, and to quickly finish this off, we have these little Belgian wafer butter cookies that we're just going to kind of break.
Okay, and where do we find those?
I found these at Kroger
At
in Laurel.
Kroger's or Corner Market.
Corner Market, yes. And it is melting on us really quickly. So I'm going to put this aside. And then you can put a little mint. He's wanting to slide off.
So we get the.
But you
we
get the gist of
idea.
it. You get
Yeah.
the gist of it. So you might want to, you could put this in like a really pretty little compote dish, sorbet dish, and serve it like that. And even if it melts, if you have it in that dish, it'll just kind of all be contained.
Right.
Yes, and still look beautiful. Okay, so here's
So simple.
so simple, so refreshing. I love it. Utilizing fresh produce, local produce,
Pretty much everything you used in this was sourced locally.
so sourced all Mississippi, yes, except for our little cookies.
So Micah, we finished off all of our food.
Yes,
So-
we finished.
And now we're ready to have our party.
That's right.
And guys, as you can see, we kept it really simple in the setup. We have some rockers out. We threw some patriotic pillows. We just did a combination of red, white, and blue plants in the center of our table. Used our blue glasses, which may look familiar from our first episode, Bursting into Spring. And then we have some really fun red, white, and blue flags in these jars with some sparklers that you can use with the kids as it gets dark. And these fun crackers from the kitchen table. Also, they have these really fun sets of sparklers that you can check out as party favors. And we also did something fun and tied a single sparkler to our napkin. If you're doing a seated dinner, that's a fun way to do it. You could also add a place card with each person's name to this. We'd like to thank you for joining us. Micah, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
It's been so much fun. And
Yes.
in addition to your restaurants, if somebody like me doesn't really like to cook, we can call you to cook for our party.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
That's great. So we look forward to seeing you again, Micah, and thank you so much for being here. We want to
Thank you.
thank all of our partners for today, Taylor Rental, The Kitchen Table, and of course the Spirit of Women. Thanks so much and see you next time.